I appreciate it greatly, but I can no longer keep you in the dark. You have to know who I was. You have to know who I really am. What I am is a walking shadow of the promise I once held. I'm what one might call a wizard prodigy, who from an early age could not only control the weave, but compose it, much like a musician or a poet. Such was my skill that it earned me the attention of the mother of magic herself, the Lady of Mysteries, the goddess Mystra. She revealed herself to me and she became my teacher. In time, she became my muse, and later even my lover. Oh yes, we enjoyed each other's company, body, mind, and soul. But even so, I desired more. You see, no matter how powerful a wizard we mortals can become, we never scratch more than the surface of the weave. Mystra keeps us in check. There are boundaries she doesn't let us cross, yet every time I was with her, I stood on the precipice, gazing into the wonders that lay beyond. I sought to cross her boundaries. I tried to convince her. I pouted, I pleaded, swore my ambition was only to serve her better. But she only smiled and told me to be contented. But inconceivable as it seems to me now, I shared a bed with a goddess, and yet I wasn't satisfied. So I sought to prove myself worthy to her instead. We come now to the crux of my folly. Shall I share the story behind it, or would you rather head straight to its sordid finale? Very well. Here goes. Once upon a very long time ago, a mighty lord lived in a tower. A flying tower, to be precise. I'll save his history for another time, but the gist of it is that he sought to usurp the goddess of magic so that he could become a god himself. He almost managed, but not quite. And his entire empire, Netheril, came crashing down around him as he turned to stone. The magic that was unleashed that day was phenomenal. Roiling like the prime chaos that outdates creation. Even the weave itself could not withstand the onslaught. It fractured, then shattered, and all magic was lost to the mortal realms, until the day Mystra returned. She restored the weave, reuniting all its scattered shards. Or so I thought. Until, in the course of my studies, I learned of a book. A Netherese tome in which a piece of the fractured weave had been sealed beyond her reach. What if, I thought, what if, after all this time, I could return this lost part of herself to the goddess? You know me. My gestures can never be grand enough. I was certain that this deed of raw power, draped in romance, would convince Mystra to take me by the hand and welcome me into her hitherto forbidden domains. I was mistaken. I obtained the fabled book and took it into my study. As for what happened next... Here. Place your hand over my heart. Let me show you.
You feel the tadpole quiver as you realize Gale is letting you into the dark. You see through Gale's eyes, staring down the corridors of a dread memory. A book, bound, then suddenly opened. Inside there are no pages, only a swirling mass of blackest weave that pounces. Its teeth, its claws, it's unstoppable as it digs through and becomes part of you. And gods, is it ever hungry.
Thankfully, the moment I absorbed the fragment wasn't enough to kill me outright. It was only the beginning. This Netherese blight, this orb, for lack of a better word, is balled up inside my chest. And it needs to be fed. As long as I absorb traces of the weave from potent enough sources, it remains quiet. Were it ever to fully destabilize, however, I will erupt. I don't know the exact magnitude of the eruption, but given my studies of Netherese magic, I'd say even a fragment as small as the one I carry, it'd level a city the size of Waterdeep. We might chance upon a king's collection of magical artifacts around the corner. We might cross paths with a miracle round the bend. Then again, we might not. All of this, it must feel like a betrayal. Say the word, and we'll part ways. Once I'd step out of the protective aura of the artifact, it wouldn't be long before the Absolute overtakes me. I'd never let that happen, so I'd aim for a swift end. I would consume some midnight tears and venture as deep into the Underdark as I possibly could, till they cloud my eyes forever. With a bit of luck, I'd manage to make it to a mind flare colony, so that when the orb erupts, one loud, last song of vengeance would reverberate through the dark. Wouldn't be a heroic end, but coarsely poetic enough in its justice.
If having dangerous otherworldly objects stuck in your skin is wrong, then Gale and I both have to go. We're not really splitting up, are we?
That is a great relief. Oh, a great relief indeed. You truly are a soul that steals my own. From all my new rallied heart, I thank you. I thank you all. I understand if you stand against me. I'm humbled if you stand with me. Either way, I will do my best not to let you down. I stand at a precipice, but if you do not give up hope, neither shall I. I'll fight. I'll resist as long as I can. Now, even I am tired of the sound of my own voice. Let us venture forth.
Copper for your thoughts.
Sir Gale's been walking around this whole time with some sort of magic bomb in his chest. I'm not normally one to begrudge someone their secrets, but that's something I should know.
I do enjoy our conversations. What do you need? Ah, yes. Karsus. Karsus was perhaps the most powerful wizard that ever lived. The child who would be a god, the elves called him. And he tried. With a spell of his own devising, he endeavored to usurp in one fell swoop the power of the goddess of magic. Mistral, she was called then. Imagine what it must have felt like to be a god, to know yourself, to be untouchable, to be mistaken. As Karsus aimed his spell at her, she began to unravel, and with her, the entire weave. Too late did he realize what he had unleashed. It would have been the end of everything had not Mistral sacrificed herself. The goddess of magic is all magic. By dying, the entire weave was lost, and the spell that challenged a god failed. It was the end of Mistral, the end of Karsus, and the end of an entire civilization. As the child who would be a god was turned to stone, his empire came crashing down around him. The floating cities of Netheril were no more, an event that came to be known as Karsus's folly. Loving them has its side effects as well. Now, so many centuries later, I try to follow in the footsteps of Karsus. Not to destroy Mystra, but to prove my love for her. I tried to control only a fraction of the magic that was unleashed that fateful day. I merely sought to return one tiny diamond to an imperfect crown. Gale's folly, one might call it. History, repetition. It's the way things go. Goblin patrol, looks like. Beasts.
A pity. I kind of liked her. What a day. An owlbear egg. These are supposed to be worth a fortune.
My faith protects me.
Trust no one.
What's cooking?
Careful, I bite.
Like a brisk stroll through the forest to invigorate the spirit.
I was just thinking the same thing, but less poetically.
And without so much as a stirring from our tadpoles.
A girl could get used to this. distance between Elturel and Baldur's Gate, I'd say a long way away.
Ah. That make getting word to my mother rather tricky. No matter. She doesn't know can't hurt her. Not at this distance, anyway.
Well, hello.
What's that?
Cut it out.
Nothing we need to worry about.
How about a dragon?
A bit of bloody good fight, that's for sure.
Please, no more. Leave us in peace, and we shall leave you in kind.
Cut the crap, Anders. I know what you are.
Don't let her hurt us. Please, we just want to go home.
There's something in the squint of his eye. You suspect he's lying.
You can't
That's right, Karlach. So now, as in the Hells, I could see why her ladyship wants a murderous brute like you back. Enough! Enough! I'll not play pretend anymore. Karlach, you're going home in pieces if needs must.
Avernus was never my home. It was my prison.
On the move.
No gloom, all doom.
My word. The hammer's gonna fall.
any of Mummy's little friends want to pick up where the others left off. That's right, you... Get me!
Gods! This assault on the nostrils should be labeled a war crime.
Just try it, Zariel!
Traps. Hell,
Nasty surprise. Caution is warranted.
that's curious.
This place is more dangerous than I thought.
Seems I've done something, but not enough.
trapped.
Soldier?
What about it? That's a little... Granted, the fire lasted a little longer than it should. Careful, soldier. Engine heats up the...
Hey, soldier.
The year... 10. I was a kid looking through the jigs and the reel. She put this thing in my chest. 10 years of that. Guy named Gort. I guess I was... Sometimes I'm...
What am I to do?
La, da, da, da.
Someone there?
What's next?
Oh, I could go for a good meal. Don't be shy.
How delicious. How considerate. Traps. How considerate.
Frostbite does wonders.
Pieces. These goblins aren't exactly house-proud as occupiers go.
Wouldn't blame the gobs. Place looks like it's been abandoned a good while. But hey, maybe we can scare up a few dusty bottles of wine somewheres.
I like your way of thinking. Karlach's temper is
Soldier?
Tell me, what can I do for you?
Anyone can use this to fix me. Come on, let's go.
What now?
One with the weave.
Don't touch me.
Ah, my good fellow. Quite the cozy setup you have here. I'll just make myself comfortable. Thank you so much.
Karlach's all fire and fury. I pray to the Triad it doesn't
Isn't it good?
What's the story?
I shall be here in thy camp, as thou desire.
Making me sweat.
I do enjoy our conversations. What do you need?
If it should ever come to that, if I ever know I am no longer able to stop it, I will do anything I can to ensure no one but me pays for my mistake.
I will find the remotest place on the surface of Faerun. I will await that. I promise I will not betray your trust. You kept me by your... If worst comes to worst, I will be long gone before the curtain falls.
The dog wags his tail, a small bag clenched between his teeth. He gives in and surrenders his find to you.
Something bit me.
Just an insect. I'm sure you'll survive. Besides, it probably figured you for a tasty treat.
Give me an aboleth over a midge any day.
A chill runs up your spine. You feel like you're being watched. You blink and the wilderness changes. A swamp, stinking and insidious, assaults your senses.
Lady of Sorrows, guide us. Did you want...
Traps. How considerate. What's that?
Green leaves, shallow water. Green leaves, shallow water.
Catch a waft of something foul, metallic, and sickly sweet.
Forgive the aroma. Powdered iron vine, an old hunter's trick. Most monsters will think twice before making a meal of me. Guilty. My people are wanderers. We travel across Faerun, doing what we can, where we can. Here, I will rid this land of a wicked evil. A beast that prowls the night. I hope so. Anything that discourages a bite. I'm hunting a vampire, you see. Well, not a true vampire. A spawn named Astarion. Are you all right, my friend? You look a little pale. As much as I'd like to, no. I'm on a mission from the head of my tribe. She sent me here to capture the beast. I'm to return him to Baldur's Gate, alive. Or as close to alive as a vampire gets. My people were recently attacked in the night. Our camp set upon by a band of vampire spawn. In the chaos of battle, one of them stole away with our children. We've been searching for them ever since. We believe this Astarion knows exactly what happened that night and where to find our little ones.
You remember the night well. The shouts of battle, the screams of the children as you dragged them away.
Monsters are monsters. And whatever his reasons, the monster still knows where our children are. And good luck to you, my friend. Be safe.
I think it's about time you and I had a little chat. An honest one. At first, I wasn't sure. Some of your behavior doesn't exactly match what my traveler's tones describe of one of your disposition. The ability to walk in broad daylight, for example. Not a burn in sight.
suppose we have your parasite to thank for that. But as for the rest, well, there can only be one conclusion. You're a vampire. Do not undersell yourself. You may not have the Grand Lair nor loyal swarm, but a vampire spawn is still part of the vampire family, technically. The real conundrum here is why weren't you honest with me? I'm quite open-minded. It's one of my finer qualities. And there's some stiff competition in that department. Nothing wrong with a bit of caution, I suppose. Better to sound out friends and enemies alike before revealing that kind of secret. With that said, I'm more than happy to continue onwards, but no more hiding things from me. Agreed? Take that as a no, shall I? Ugh, it's worth a try. Now, unless you've any other deep, dark secrets to own up to, shall we continue on?
What's on your mind?
Best keep your...
I don't want a crumb left on.
Auntie Ethel, please.
Don't make me get the wooden spoon. Oh, if it isn't my feel for God's grant me patience. Eat up, Mayrina. Beautiful, isn't it? People in... and you, that wriggler swimming in your brain juice is a bit of an inconvenience, isn't it? You don't need... What do you say? Want me to take care of the little bugger? Ah, good luck with that. Come now, Mayrina. Time to go.
Ready or not.
Sought a fight, and now you have one.
Is there still stuck in your teeth, slave?
is ripe with magic.
Keep your distance, darling.
My veritable cabinet of creepy curiosities.
My sweet Callum, whose beloved asked that his beauty never fade.
Oh, me head! Oh no. No. Why ain't I petrified? I have the bite. How? I wouldn't wish it on. I was on. How?
You detect trick.
But that doesn't... That... She made me sick. And then... I don't know. My kids were only babes when I left. Only could I ain't got no way to repay you. You won't be left... Thank you.
This poor dear wished never to lay eyes on her family again. My dearest Ephraim, he begged me to halt the deadly disease that ravaged him.
Is the hag gone? May she burn in the night. The hag. There's never been a more vile creature. I was a fool. I asked that. I saw my future's a boring story. I lost my best years rather than just... Yes. Did something happen to Auntie? Oh, dear.
Auntie will be awake soon. You can't take...
We need to leave. You're not supposed to be here. She'll be furious. It was the mask. It dug its root better. If it weren't for you, I would have ended up like the others. The hag. But she's been luring victims here for years. Plenty of sheer desperation. I'd have heard about this wise woman. Home. To Bold.
You think Ethel was... There's more hags.
Why is Auntie so quiet? There is no... Still...
Auntie will be awake soon.
Oh,
Delightful. Granny's cottage meets rotten troll cottage. A trap. Someone doesn't like visitors. There are traps about.
Easy. This place is hungry for blood.
Traps? How considerate. Be careful. There are traps about. There, in the cage. Oh dear. Someone's left a trap out for us.
You bastard! You ruined it! You ruined everything! Ethel was going to bring my husband back. Back from the dead. And now I'll never see him. She would have, just a bit longer, and my child would have been born. And all this, don't you, Auntie Ethel promised more than I could have done. I always, now I'll have to oh.
New blood. Kicked on old.
Soldier.
It smells rancid.
Oh, I have the magic touch.
Keep a blade close.
Gods, the thought of putting him in a wheelbarrow and making the journey all over again. No! He deserves a proper burial. He deserves some rest. Not even a little bit. But I will be. You're a miserable bastard, you know that? I'm sorry.
Here lies Colin, beloved husband, and a tasty little morsel to boot.
Not for communal use. Fetid smell assaults your nostrils. Dead flesh lies below. A fetid smell assaults you. A warm rush of power flows through you.
Is gone! Happy! Happy!
New blood. Kicked on old. It smells rancid.
Lovely day, this. For now.
Watch your back.
gods! The thought of putting him in a wheelbarrow and making the journey all over again. Not even a little bit. But I will be. No! He deserves a proper burial. What? You can.
You feel a surge of power from the wand. The air suddenly tastes acrid. It wants to be.
Bring him back! Bring Connor back! Please! What? What's happening?
You feel something.
What have you done to him? Oh, this! I wanted him back! Back the way he was! Not this! No! He was... I'll do it. I'll take him. I promised him I'd fix this. I'll figure something out.
That's revolting.
Pity. He's beyond even the power of the weave to help now. Tell me, what can I do for you?
My good fellow. Quite the cozy setup you have here. I'll just make myself comfortable. Thank you so much.
Your desire.
Camp life seems to suit the young owlbear.
Well, hello.
That might be worth a look.
Traps. How considerate.
Blood. I don't like where this is going.
Whatever attacked them, you have to admire its gusto. Something over there.
Feeling fresh? I'm heating up. Aye, aye.
Fancy their chances.
them up. Tactical.
The lance board is set.
What should I do? Moving.
Soldier? Really? If you...
Lady of Sorrows, guide us. A shame.
Tell me, what can I do? I question the wisdom of that decision. I'll be in the...
Speak. It is done.
Well met. That's the...
Tell me, what can I do for you? With...
Laser, have you ever done a good deed just for the sake of it?
I have performed deeds well and efficiently. Is this what you mean?
Not exactly. But you answered my question. The Mind Flayers later. Is there a Squid King or something?
No. Each Geich is servant to an Elder Brain. No king unites elders. Only their collective tyranny.
A hero at heart.
Blacket's will be done.
What now?
Rested enough. Now, forward.
Can a squiddy go solo, Laser? You know, break free of their master.
Renegades are rare, but not unheard of. A gate gone astray is no less dangerous for it, and its head no less valuable.
Defender of the people.
How delicious.
Welcome to Waukeen's Rest. West, Baldur's Gate. East, Elturel. Smoke. Something's burning.
The Blade of Frontiers, hmm? Do you always need to be the center of attention?
Anything but. I don't fight to be flattered, Laser. I fight to save lives.
He of the unsleeping eyes. Grant me the might to a massacre. Please, just leave me be.
I hear shouting. Someone needs help.
Keep pushing! Duke Raven...
Ravengard? He's here?
Yes! Now make yourself useful! Push, damn it! Push! Inside! We hear you! Stay where you are! We don't have much time! Fight out! Attack!
Yank that door open and it's kaboom. We need a plan.
come!
Fire! Hurry! Get this... Way out!
One move ahead. A word, if I may.
You're bold, Counselor. Now listen. The rest of you, and you. May I trust you'll see it through? It is not grand without him. The city, by the time aid arrives, it might be too late. Moonrise, unless this was no random attack. The grand... Thank you. Approach... I will seek green... Fist?
Action, not reaction.
All I needed.
Keep moving, damn it! Slaughtered everyone. Miri. Oh. Miri, you should have stayed. She would... What am I gonna do? It's for us. She said I'd never see her again. How? You should have let... Oh, Miri. Oh, Miri. No.
What a day.
Will's brows furrow as your minds connect.
Hells. Old Ravengard's been taken. I know I haven't said. Our relation was no matter of pride. Not least for him. Just the one. My father and I can't tell you more. He made me an exile. That said, I'm not about to let him... I've been asked... What? No, he could... All the more reason to find him. I know. And Will... I wanted you to know the I'm all for it.
Speak. Enough waiting. I crave blood.
Drow, craft on. No magic left, though. Sun's too bright.
good fellow. Quite the cozy setup you have here. I'll just make myself comfortable. Thank you so much.
Where am I needed?
Watch your back.
Well met. Not so father. He made an... Not to say I didn't develop a taste for good wine and the talent for courtly dove. Yes, father, I reckoned, but in the front, even if I might look like... Well met.
Tell me, what can I do for you?
Hey, soldier.
Defender of the people.
I shall be here in thy camp as the... fate. Dost thou require a new...
The pride of the gate.
Dost thou require as...
Where am I needed?
Direct me.
Enough waiting. I crave blood.
Keep your distance, darling.